Did you know that... I know, it's crazy stuff. I had no idea either. Anyway, enough of my fun facts. You get one a video and that's it. Unless you're good, then maybe you'll get two. Who knows? I wanted to kind of revisit, the incel subreddit today and just, I just felt like checking in again. Every once in a while I like to check in, see what's going on, what their new gripe is for the day. Most of the time it's involving women, but, something different. Something like, oh, they're walking different today. That pisses me off. Stuff like that. But I'm not going to babble on. We know what this is. Let's just do it. Incel goes outside for the first time in several months and gets angry at a random woman for being pregnant. I'm sick of women being pregnant. What's with that? I mean, I hate seeing pregnant women, especially when there's no ring on that finger. I mean, oh, my goodness. It makes me sick, You're making Jesus cry. Okay, and it's not the fully grown one with the beard, it's the baby one. So, that's worse. Rage fuel. I went to the grocery store and the cashier was a pregnant void. I think you need to go to some maybe type of anger management or something like that, because if that's what fuels your rage, that's what pisses you off in the world, a pregnant woman serving you at a cash register, I don't know, I just feel like there's bigger fish to fry. There's bigger things to be annoyed at. That's really low on the list. Honestly, I don't even think it's on the list. Unless she's like extremely pregnant and you're angry she has to work to, pay the bills, then okay, I can kind of get the anger. If it's just because she's pregnant, I don't know. I don't get it. I have a feeling it is just because she's pregnant for... Honestly, I don't know what the reason's going to be. I can't wait to find out. From To Burble and Pine. Stupid name. Stupid name from a stupid man. I hate this world. I went to buy some food because my mum can't cook for shit. How about instead of making mummy cook all the time, how about you cook every once in a while, I assume you're an adult, maybe. Although I'm hoping you're not an adult. I'm hoping you're still just a boy. Because if you were an adult man and you were complaining about a pregnant woman for some reason, it's kind of pathetic. I mean, even if you're only 14, it's still a little bit pathetic, but it's under the guise of not having a fully formed brain yet, so, you get to cut a little slack. So when I arrived, I saw this bitch staring her phone. It caught off guard seeing this void pregnant. It caught you off guard seeing a woman pregnant? I thought it was harsh saying that you hadn't left your house in several months, making that assumption, but now I'm kind of on board with it. Last time she was a regular void, and now she has this bloated belly due to her having sex. It's not just because she ate too much. She's actually got a child in there. I don't know if you know how pregnancy works. Everyone is a sex haver but me. One of the most incredibly pathetic posts I've ever seen in my life, but let's continue. This woman that was serving me at the cash register, she was not pregnant, and now she's pregnant? That's enough for me. That's enough. That makes me mad. I'm furious. I know I'm supposed to be looking at the middle part of this post, but I want to divert your eyes to the top part that's cut off a bit. Gotten hot and released some of her milk. That's a sentence I never thought I'd utter out loud, but here we are. Yeah, and then he should have catched it with his mouth. I don't know if they're talking about actual milk or a euphemism. I've no idea, but either way, I'm disturbed. Months since I get to see a void, and life sent me a pregnant void just to make my life a bit more miserable. Just kill me already. You think life, or whoever the big person in the sky is, cares that much about you that they went, you know what? I'm sick of this dickhead. I'm going to send him to the supermarket. And you know what it's going to meet him there? A pregnant woman. I know he doesn't like those. Does this count? Having a girlfriend is insane because it's literally unlimited chat with no token spend. I don't know if it counts, but it's one of the most stupid things I've ever heard, so put it on the pile, I suppose. Incels split over how long they would wait with a girlfriend without sex. 30% would impatiently leave straight away. Well, you know what they say, beggars can't be choosers. Experiment. If you had a girlfriend and she refused you sex, how long would you deal with it before leaving? How long would you put up with her shit? Even in a fantasy land, in their own fantasy world, when they do have a girlfriend, she still denies them sex. Are you sure you guys just don't want to not have sex? Is that just the thing? 29.5% says I'm leaving her immediately. I mean, it's taken you this long to get a girlfriend. You're just going to leave her immediately because she said, no, not tonight, honey. I don't think you have the ground to stand on to do that, to be honest. 2.3% a day. 13.6% a few days. 18.2% a week or more. 27.3% more than a month. 9.1% I'll stay with her without sex and live the rest of my life in a dead bedroom. Interesting statistical analysis. You don't usually see that on here. So, it's a nice change of pace. It kind of helps getting in the mind of an incel. Rape is never a man's fault. Well, I mean, if he's the one doing the raping, I think it is. If you're a Redditor, you cannot justify the claim that rape is immoral, for numerous reasons. Why? What? I'm confused. Why if you're a Redditor you can't say that it's immoral? I don't know what's going on. Is it because Redditors are mostly losers? Is that why? I don't understand the theory here. Redditors are naturalists, hence they cannot resolve the following problems. Is this everybody who's on Reddit, who uses Reddit, or is it like, the classic Redditor I'm a mod, get off my subreddit type of Redditor. Is that what we're talking about? I don't know. There is no objective morality for multiple reasons. A, lack of epistemic justification. They cannot resolve the is-ought problem. You don't get an ought out of an is. Can we construct these sentences a bit more proper, please? Okay, not everyone's a nerd. Some of us read normal thing. Even if rape is very painful and psychologically traumatizing, why ought I not rape you? I think you just explained why you shouldn't do that. And for everyone in layman's terms, it's bad because of the previous reasons just discussed. And, you know, a few more as well. It does not follow. It's just an assertion. I really hate people who talk like this. It's very much like the Jordan Peterson way of talking. You say a lot by not saying a lot. Lack of ontological status. What binds morality to matter? Is there any morality outside our minds in an external world? Or is that just an abstraction? Unless morality is woven into an external world somehow, you wind up with relativism. Because to assert otherwise would be a reification fallacy. Morality becomes contingent. My moral inclinations are that I ought to rape women. Who are you to tell me otherwise? Interesting thesis, but even if we live in the structure of your world, of your morality doesn't triumph over the rule of law of the land. So in most countries, the rule of law is that rape is illegal. So whether you think your morality is correct or not, which, I mean, it isn't, you're a fuckwit. The rule of law outweighs your personal feelings. So either way, you're a dickhead. Feeling very touched by this story and by Chad. I wouldn't say that out loud if I was you. They do not like Chad. I don't know who Chad is, but he gets on their nerves. They're not a big fan. You had sex with Chad recently. Okay. I always like to play the game of, is it actually a guy named Chad, or is it someone that they perceive as a Chad? It's very interesting, and it's always a guy they perceive as Chad, because there aren't many Chads in the world. Funnily enough, you woke up with blood from your period, and then Chad called you and told you he was coming, and then you told him you couldn't wait, and then Chad arrived at your house. You had sex non-stop for 2 hours in many different gross positions. You and Chad had sex. That's a beautiful story. See, if these guys put their mind into something else, you know, storytelling, for example, who knows where they could go, you know? You know, it's not the best story in the world. The structure's not very good. It reads at kind of a third grade level. But, you know, there can be improvement. Your imagination is fantastic, though. Although I will say it is quite sad that you just imagine all these different women having sex with guys you deem attractive. Oh my god, you just had sex with fucking sexy, hot Chad, big cock Chad, fucking so sexy, big abs, fucking huge arms Chad. Oh, it's so gross. Fuck, I can't believe you got to have sex with sexy Chad. I can't believe you got to fuck sexy Chad. Chad that I don't think about at all, except for when he's having sex with you. I can't believe you had sex with sexy Chad that I think about all the time. I was gonna do that. Alright, that's it. I've had it. Like, subscribe, I'll see you later, and because you've been so good, so well behaved, I'll give you one more fact, just for you, alright, okay? Here, you ready? Are you ready? Alright. Did you know that...
Shifty Drongo. I love Shifty Drongo.